This week's episode of the Good Dude Podcast is brought to you by Embrace Jiu-Jitsu, Hidden House Coffee, and Next Gen Peptides.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he used to do this in high school. Like he wrote skits and stuff. He was doing it before Vine, or what was it?
Or Vine, yeah.
Yeah, but he was
No,
doing
I don't think he was doing it before.
He was doing it in high school.
Well,
I don't
how
think
old is he?
Vine 30.
He's like my age.
Is he my
at
age?
least
35?
Minimum 35.
Because
Minimum.
me and Michael Canava were on Vine when it first started. And
What year? It was you in high school?
Yeah, we graduated in 09. And we
I
were
think
doing
Jimmy
that.
might have been 07, I think.
Oh, then so
He's
yeah, so he was
37
doing it
years
probably
old.
the same time we were.
So yeah, he showed me he found one of his videos from his junior year or something. He didn't want to do whatever project they were supposed to do, so he asked the teacher if he could do
Oh, a video
a
instead.
video.
Yeah.
And it's like a very goofy
Yeah. But
skit.
you have to look at him now and be like, yeah, he was for sure a drama kid. Like,
Yeah, now,
Yeah.
but I didn't know when he
also,
approached
have
me
you
about
met his
it.
whole family? Like, they
Yeah.
all make skits.
Well, Tabor's out in Georgia acting.
Acting? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's been in like a couple I think he was in Superman. Like as,
He's
like,
been
an
in a bunch of
extra and
random
few other things.
Yeah.
things. And then
Last
he
time
was-
I heard he was chasing a spot in Mulan.
He didn't get it. He didn't
That
get
would have
it.
been so
Dude, would
dope.
have been perfect,
I know,
too.
he didn't get it.
Dude, that was back in like 16. I think all of us were like, yeah, like how would you not get this?
How would you
Right.
cast Tabor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea, no clue. But all his brothers can film or act, dance, film. Their whole family's like that, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
One of them's like I guess does pretty like crazy video editing, and video, and
Dang.
I was like, what the heck? Of course, you guys all do that.
Yeah.
But-
When you say one of them, there's like 10 of them.
Yeah.
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 So I'll take back what I said.
Thank you.
I think we were still the first, but according to Jimmy, we were one of the first.
Hard to say.
I mean, it's kind of hard to figure out who was the very first.
I mean, people definitely did like one-offs. Like the one girl he was
Yeah.
referencing, she would do definitely some funny skits here and there, like for herself, but not as like
So you're claiming that you guys were the first ones to do it regularly as part of your
as a company.
adverti-
Yeah,
as a company.
Yeah.
That's very. I
There's
would
just
say
a lot
possible.
of small shops out there that you wouldn't know.
That's
about.
true.
Yeah.
But I guess I could say it
Maybe
in a
the
way
first
of
that
like,
went viral with it.
and made it part of like our. We actually stopped
Regular.
doing all other marketing stuff and put it all there,
Yeah.
and then we used that to start boosting, like email blast and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because I remember when Stefan was the guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was a long time ago.
Well, he was doing it partially with Jimmy too, and then we kind of flipped it. But
Yeah.
just
When
don't
did
be a
you-
hater. You should just be proud.
When did you work at Hidden House?
I'm 100% not a hater. I worked there in 15 to like 16, 17.
Oh yeah, then I wouldn't have seen you all that much because I stopped going when I moved down. Stopped going regularly when I moved down to San Clemente.
I thought he was.
and I
I
moved
thought he
down
was
there
there before.
No, I was there with Scott and when Lee first started.
Yeah.
When he very
Oh,
first
that-
got
yeah.
there, and
Jake.
Was Lee working there
Jake.
when you were there?
Jake wasn't even working there. Jake was like just
trained me.
hanging out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's like back when Jake made that giant wood
yeah.
HHC out of the log,
I remember that too.
dude.
I got a couple of Jake tattoos back when he was Janky Jake.
Found this picture the other day.
Oh, no way. Oh, my gosh. That was a fun party. Was that the Laguna house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Dude, that's
is
great. You can't have those parties anymore. Like, you have to have these giant ones where, like, that was like, we all got gifts for each other, and, that was cool. I got a Chemex that one. John Dale and I were the only ones who wanted coffee things, and we thought we were way better than everyone else. 'Cause we had,
That sounds 100% accurate, dude. You still think that? You wouldn't give us credit for doing social
what
right
are
now.
you talking about, dude?
I'm
It's not
sorry.
like
I'm
that.
not going to mess
He
with
will
you
loop
anymore.
this
No,
back
you-
throughout the rest of the
I forget
podcast.
he gets sensitive.
Not even.
This was December 18, 2015.
Yeah, that was my first Christmas party. Then that was a cool one. It was fun. We did Manny Pacquiao fight at your house.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a couple other things we did at your mom's.
Such a trip. That's
Yeah.
dude. And then we were just talking about this, how you were talking about it when you saw it like this.
Yeah,
So that was all. This was December 2015 also.
Yeah. Good times, dude. I'm still like that HHC crew.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like everyone. Yeah.
I sent
wow.
this to him the other day and I said, hey, remember when you actually used to love me?
That's so funny. I feel like anyone in that crew, like, if we talk to each other, like, we're all still pretty tight. Like,
I think John's driving down here right now.
really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was just his wife or if he's coming this time.
That'd be sick.
But I saw on their Instagram today,
When do you
Yeah.
leave for?
next Wednesday.
Dude, we should see if we can squeeze him in early in the week.
John?
He's coming down.
When do you leave?
Tuesday.
Until you move back.
Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
think so. I hope so. But yeah, those are good, dude. I'm like, HHC days are the things you try to like. At least for me, it's like you want to go back to that. You're like, I want to live that life again, you know, or feel that joy again. But that's like you're young and don't have much going on, and barista pays all you need, and like I don't know, you're working at the best coffee shop in town. You know, it's different than.
It's simple. Like, it's really
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find myself looking back at moments like that too, where I'm like, dude, that was such a rad time in my life because life was so simple. And then you like
Yeah.
grow up and
You're married with kids.
Married with
Yeah.
kids. You're like, oh, wow, that's so
Yeah.
much more complicated now. And yet then I was stressed out somehow.
It's all relative.
It is
It's always
all-
relative.
It's always relative.
Because you're stressed. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Like I was stressed because thought we needed X, Y, and Z as like a business, right? Starting out, and there's just no money, so you can't do it. Versus now, it's like we're a bigger business, and there's still things we need, but it's changed where it's like, is that going to actually impact the business,
Right.
Or do we just need it because
Right.
we think it's cool?
Yeah.
Or when it's like San Juan, we just had to replace the machine in San Juan,
And you went back to Marzocco.
we did,
Finally.
but like we had a really bad 2 months in a row. Like I didn't have the ability to just be like, all right, well, let me drop, another 15K on a
Yeah.
machine. And so it's always relative. Like the fact that we could buy that machine is like a godsend, but when you have it paired with 2 bad months in a row, like, that couple $1,000s that you needed back 15
Yeah.
years ago is
Yeah.
now magically 40,000. And you're like, wait, what? But it's relative.
It is.
Just because that 40,000 now is like it's a lot of money, but it's relative in the sense of back then when we needed something that was $2,000 when there's no money,
Yeah.
But relativity is a weird mindset.
Mm.
But we've been rolling, dude.
Yeah.
This
All
is
the
it.
banter, you making fun of me, not trusting and believing in me, like I've believed in you.
That's insane.
This guy,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, I haven't got to mess with him.
Yeah.
Every other one of our talks lately has had to be more serious. Now I get to just mess with you and just have fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
He used to be freaking like this 24/7. He was never. He would like never serious. Just freaking joke 24/7.
It was fun, man. That was back in the day.
See,
I was a wholesale guy for a while.
Let's go.
I was wheeling and dealing.
dude,
like
remember
3
working
accounts.
in the freaking cram truck at Saddleback?
Cram truck at Saddleback. Yep. I worked a lot of events. I thought I had a Baratza Encore, and I was like, dude, I'm mobile. Like, I can brew anywhere. And I brought a Chemex, and then people were like, yeah, I'll take like 3 cups of coffee. But like, I could get like 1.5, and then if you wait another 7 minutes, like, I'll have another 1.5 for you. Like, but I didn't care. I would work any event. Like, I really believed in the product and like what we were doing, and I just thought it was so cool to like represent Hidden House.
Yeah.
Pay was, but
What was it back then?
the pay,
Yeah,
was it anything? Like,
probably. No, I'm trying to think of what would a minimum been back there.
I don't know. I'm just joking. Like,
$10.
There was
maybe,
no like,
$11?
yeah.
don't
Well,
know.
minimum was about 10 at that
10?
time, but like the wholesale thing was weird because it was like commission kind of, but like, dude, it's hard to create coffee accounts.
Mm-hmm.
We got some churches. We got some random like, we had a church in Utah for a while,
Yeah.
like because we did the Calvary convention.
Yeah. Dude, I reconnected with the guy from the Calvary Convention recently, Raised by Lions, Larry.
No way.
So we just reconnected, not just, but I guess a couple years ago now.
Yeah.
He like randomly walked into the St. Anna shop, and you don't forget that guy, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then he came back with another buddy of ours that's become like a pretty like good friend of mine now. And it's just such a trip. And
Yeah.
like hadn't seen him since basically around that time frame,
Yeah.
to all of a sudden seeing him, helped him build out a shop literally 5 minutes down the street. And now they have their own roastery, their own shop. And all because he walked back into the coffee shop. And I was
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I ripped on him, of course, naturally being like, hey, remember when we helped you guys out and did all those events for you and then you just bailed on us for Pete's? And he was
100%.
like, you don't
Yeah,
forget,
I used to drop coffee off to that church.
Yeah.
That was Calvary Costa Mesa.
And then they bailed on us.
Interesting. Dude, also my favorite place to drop off was the Tustin Church, the bookstore.
Calvary.
Calvary Tustin, yeah.
I just spoke there in November.
Steve, it was the guy who ran the bookstore or something. He was so nice, bro. He gave me a Bible once. Like, not like I was like, it sounds like he was like, wow, you need help. Here's a Bible. Like, but, I was like, you know, it was a Bible my now wife wanted. And I was like, how much, like big text stuff to put on, like notes on the side. And he's like, just take it. And I was like,
that's cool.
yeah, I was like, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever done, which, you know, probably wasn't, but it was still nice of him.
Yeah.
I went to school with his daughter from 1st to 8th grade.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was rad. I liked going in there and looking at the books. And
I
stuff.
literally just spoke there in November,
That's cool.
which is like wild,
Yeah.
but crazy. Small world, fun times.
Yeah.
Well,
Now look at you.
I'm going to say, yeah, what have you been up to since you left Hidden House to now?
Yeah, great question, man. Like legitimately, like what, like everything, like how I got to where
much
I
as
am
you
now.
want.
Much or as little as you want.
Yeah. Well, coffee was like my passion. I think. Like I don't know what it was, but a lot of us out of that era of Hidden House, like we were all really serious about coffee, and like some of them are doing coffee professionally still. You know, starting their own shops as we talked about earlier. So I actually moved to Charlotte because I was about to get married, and the cost of living here was nuts. And we had a customer at Hidden House who was like, really liked me. And he's like, hey, I'm moving to Charlotte. I want to start a coffee shop. I need someone to run it. Do you want to be co-owners? And you know, when coffee's like your passion and whatever, you're like, you don't even got to look into the financials or anything. You're just like, yes, I want to co-own a coffee shop. So we went and visited Charlotte. I did not care about it, but it was like, well, it's more cheaper than Orange County. Let's just go for it. And we got there, and I started looking at the financials, and I was like, oh, like I don't want to own a coffee shop with you at all. So then we were just in Charlotte, and I was a bartender, and I was only a bartender because of you, because Garth gave me a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
At
got
Craft
at Craft House. Yeah. So I went there, started bartending, and bartending, it was just like I was in this phase where I was like, I don't know what I'm passionate about, because that was always the thing, like whatever you're passionate about, make it your career or whatever. And it's like, dude, I don't know. Like I have no clue what I'm passionate about. And it was just, I'm going to keep bartending until something happens, I guess, and just no end in sight. Which I don't know is weird. I don't know what I would have told myself, you know, looking back at it now, because what I'm currently doing, I didn't have a passion for. But bartending got me to where it is today, because I met this guy as I was bartending, and he was wearing a shirt. It was like a Nintendo character, and he looked to be around my age, and I was like, oh, that's a cool shirt. You like video games? And like, I just moved to town, so I'm also kind of looking for friends. And he's like, yeah, I like video games. Yeah. I was like, cool, yeah, me too. And then we brought up skating. I was like, you like skating? He's like, yeah, I like skating. I was like, oh, I like skating too. Like, this is cool, man. Like, you're cool, I'm cool. Like, and
We just become best friends? Yep.
basically. And but then, you know, I'm sitting there and like, well, you know what I do for a living? Like, what do you do? And he goes, I'm a YouTuber. I was like, okay, dude. Like, cool. You know, and I was like, dope, man. Like, what's your channel? Or how many subs do you have? And he's like, 600,000. I was like, oh, you're like actually a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was into YouTube at the time. Like, I would watch YouTube, but I never thought about it as a career. But we did become friends, and I kind of saw behind the curtain from hanging out with him. Like, one of the first things I remember is going into his house, and like, he had an office, and he like built his own PC. And I didn't really hang out with like PC kids growing up, and like it, you know, had like bright lights. You could see inside. You could see the graphics card and the RAM sticks, and it's all like, you know, RGB colors. And it's just, I was like, dang, that's sick. Like, just little things like that. And then, you know, kind of seeing the lifestyle he lived as a YouTuber, and I was like, there's money here. Like, I'm gonna find a way to get this money. I was like, but I don't want to be the on-camera guy. I've never wanted to be the guy on camera. So I taught myself how to edit through YouTube, and And then through that, we opened up a skate shop together, which was sick. And, you know, again, like, oh, this is the dream, man, owning a skate shop. And then the skate shop was crushing at first because all his fans were like super stoked on it, and they were ordering our merch online. And so I was, you know, and even he, like, we weren't business smart. I think the skate shop was an idea we had playing video games and drinking beers together. We're like, let's just open up a skate shop. And he funded the whole thing. And then months would go by, and I was like, man, like, we are, like, we'd take an inventory, and we'd have to sell it to buy more inventory. Like, I couldn't, like, stack inventory. Like, it was just, like, basically a business owning version of paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
And I was like, what is the biggest expense here? And I'm going through it, and it was me, you know, and because he had said, you know, pay yourself whatever you want, bro. Like, you know, I trust you. And so that's exactly what I did. And then I realized, like, okay, I'm paying myself too much. Now I need to lower my pay. And then at that point, I was like, now I'm making less than I was when I was a bartender. And I kept lowering my pay just to keep the skate shop open. But it didn't last too long. 2020 hit, and I was following a bunch of meme pages, and there was specifically Trash Can Paul was one of the big ones, and I was like, this would be so sick to, like, run a meme page or, like, edit videos for a meme page. And again, I was a brand new editor, didn't know anything. I found out who the owner was, or what the company was, the parent company was Doing Things. And then I looked up Doing Things, and I looked up all their pages and who they followed. And then I found dudes with the name Doing Things in their IG name. I was like, I bet you that's the guy that owns the company. So I slid in his DMs. I was like, yo, dude, I edit videos. I work with this YouTuber right now. I'm kind of looking for a new gig. Like, you know, if you ever need an editor, hit me up. And he's like, okay. Like, thanks for hitting me up.
Yeah.
And then a month or two later, he's like, hey, actually, would you want to run some of our pages? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I took over 3 pages, and it was a corporate job. It was like, you know, salary, health benefits. I think I was the 13th employee of the company, but I took over, at the time it was Kids Doing Things, which is now Recess Therapy, which is pretty popular. I had skaters doing things, of course, and awesome people doing things. And my job was to source content, which was basically steal content from other people and then post it on our pages. And it was like some pages were 5 times a day, some were less, but like back then, dude, when I had that job, and which is like a sick job, like you're just like posting memes all day, and like your work group chats are just like, you're just laughing all the time. But like you could not hang out with me because like if I was on the pod now and had that job, I'd be like this all day, just scrolling, looking. You're always looking for the next meme or video. And so I don't know. I rode that way for like 3 years, and eventually transitioned into the video editing side because they needed to bring in some video editors. And I didn't do anything because I was the only person on my team. It was just me, and they would hit me up when they had like little one-offs. But in the downtime, nothing happened, and I just stayed quiet, and they just kept paying me, and it was so sick. Like they put me in with the gamers doing things, and we were supposed to be making content, and me and the gamers guy were just like became like best friends, and we just played games all the time, and we'd put out one easy video like a week. And I was getting away with it. And then they got an investor, like they had a like Series whatever round of investment. And the investors came in, and I was like, I'm toast, bro. Like, I know I'm toast. And for sure they came in, they're like, that guy, what's he doing? And they're like, I don't know. And then they brought in like a video manager or whatever, like production manager. And he was like, yeah, what are you doing? I was like, dang. And then I eventually got fired. But I learned a ton there. Like the what I'm doing now, like a lot of the knowledge I have is because of my time there. But that was after I got let go there, it was like, what do we do? We're about to have a second kid. And you know, my wife was still working. I actually got a job at a church running the media, because at that time with Doing Things, I got really into, after I learned how to edit, I was like, well, I should probably teach myself how to make content. so I can edit my own stuff if I need to. Got super into cameras, learned how to shoot, learned how to take photos, found some mentors, just guys I really liked their style and they were local to me. I was just like, hey, can I like follow you and like just learn what you do and how you do it? And so I taught myself that way. And some of those guys I hit up at the time, like my mentors are still really good friends of mine. Worked for a church for a while, and then that ended horribly. Had nothing to do with me, but after I left that, I was like, all right, I just need to do my own thing. And then that's when I started Noise and Motion. Noise and Motion. It always sounds like noise in motion, but Noise and Motion. And so basically, through my time with the YouTuber and through doing things, I was able to build up a decent network. And so I'd hit these people up that I knew and just asked to edit for them. And it wasn't sexy. It was a lot of just like, hey, I'll edit a video for you and, $400 or something like here and there. And, again, my wife was still working and just trying to make it work, and you don't really know how you're going to because networking's hard, marketing's hard, especially if you don't have the budget, and learning how to sell yourself. There's so many editors out there. So one day I signed up. I was gonna sign up for like a cohort. Like they're like, hey, like we could turn your video business from like $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month. And I always think those things are corny, which Ben knows. But I had a buddy who took that cohort thing, and I was like, how was it? And he was like, it was all right. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll do it. Like, he did not sell it at all. I should have listened to him. But on the interview meeting, they're trying to pitch it to me because I signed up. Hey, I'm interested to learn more. The guy's like, oh, dude, you edit videos? Like, yeah, eventually, like, hopefully we can teach you to, like, hire other people, and then you pass off your work and you just get more clients. I was like, wait, what? Like, that's a genius idea. I should have just ended the call there and never signed up for their cohort.
Yeah.
But that's what I started doing. So then I found kids better than me at editing, and I was like, hey, I'll get you work. Like, what's your rate? And their rate was lower than what I wanted. So I was like, okay, like, you can have that much. I'll take this much. Found one kid in particular that just a rock star. Like, kid is so good at editing. And then his editing actually took us to the next level because we started actually making some quality content. And then it just kept growing and growing just through the network and through the quality we were putting out. So now Noise and Motion is like a legit post-house production company. I work with YouTubers, streamers, podcasters. We specialize in short form, but we also do long form. I think we're actually some of the best, the best. I'm going to make that claim.
There you go.
We make brain rot. So it's literally contributing to the worst of everyone's social media addiction. But like, we'll take a podcast and we'll just like, you throw clips on it, memes, GIFs, sound effects. But it's what people consume,
That's called brain rot, like an actual thing.
Yeah. It's like brain rot style edits. Yeah.
I know nothing about social media, to be honest. I hate it, but I know it's needed, and it's been great for us, but I know nothing about social media.
Yeah. So we got really good at brain rot, which is funny because like it was my meme background. That was what was fun to me. It was after the memes where like, going back to that question, like, what are you passionate about? Like, besides my faith and like, which I'm very passionate about, but I try to go down that road and it ended horribly. The other thing was, it was weird. It was memes. I was like, I love memes. Like, I think they're funny. It's fun to work in memes, like, and create that type of content. So that's kind of how I always position my company. I was like, we're funnier than everyone else and we're better at editing. So then, because when it comes to editing brain rot, it sounds like this is like an art, and I guess it can be, but it's still just brain rot.
Yeah.
But I can't just take any editor. You also have to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, you have to know what to put in and like where to put it,
Timing is everything.
Timing, like, so you have to be a good editor and you have to be funny. Like, I've put out like ads for Help Wanted and like groups and stuff, and I'll get editors like, hey, I just edited this piece for like Sports Center, blah blah blah. Like, you get great editors. And then my next question is like, are you funny? And they're like, what? Like, I was like, dude, I know it sucks. It's a weird question, but like, I really we only work with like brain rot style content. But, and then we got into long form, and then actually, it's really funny. I've always been very like, I've always been a fake entrepreneur. I want to start businesses. I probably started like 14 clothing companies growing up as a kid. And so like I went through like a Grant Cardone phase and stuff, like 10x everything. And then as I had this business, I saw people talking about like people like Alex Ramosi, and he had this book called $1 Million Offer, and I was like, let me read that. Like, let's see what that's all about. In like chapter 1, he talks about pitching an offer where there's like low barrier to entry, and you only make the money that you made for the company. So what he was doing is he was going into gyms, and he was like, I can increase your membership. Don't pay me anything. We'll look but after I'm done, we'll look at how much I, increase your membership by, and you pay me a percentage of that. I was like, how do I do that in the video editing world? And so that's when I developed a revenue share deal. Basically, it's free, like, but I take a percentage of channels, and so they don't have. It feels easier for them because it's not like, hey, it's $10,000 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're only going to pay us a percentage of what you made. You're still going to make way more than we will.
Right.
And we'll handle everything.
Right.
So I started doing that. And then that's when like the business really blew up. Like, I guess financially, because it's feast or famine, but if you lock in with the right clients, you can feast a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's what we do now. We handle like front to back and management. The only thing we don't really shoot or do is shoot in person. But like I have one client in particular. He does like a crime talk show, and I handle he uses my script writer, he uses my graphic designer, he uses my video editor. Like he just goes through me. I handle everything. All he has to do is sit down, read the script my person made him, and send me that video. And then like we do all the rest. We post it, we manage the social media, we design his merch, and then every month I just like ask for my cut, and they don't care because they earned, let's say I lock in at 25%, he still takes home 75, and all he had to do was sit in front of his camera.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's where we are now. That's what Noise in Motion is doing. Yeah.
Weird, right?
Dude.
I was trying to explain to him when I hit you up a couple months ago what you do, and I was like, "Brad,"
because I'm in that space.
Okay.
It kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked for a social media influencer. That's now we've created a whole in-house production team.
Sick.
So he does podcasts, social media, writes books, but we also do like documentaries and shows, and we do a lot. We probably do too much. Sorry, dude, if you see this, Ryan, but we'd probably do too much. He won't watch this. He's got too much going on. In fact, I know he has too much going on. So I live in that space. I'm basically the guy, the guy that got you fired from the meme company. That's me.
Yeah.
I got brought in as originally just to run production for like just to produce documentaries.
Okay.
But when I got in there, there's been so many other things that now I like project manage everything across the board.
Nice.
But yeah, so I live in that space. So he was like trying to explain it to me. I was like, I don't know what you're saying, Ben, but that makes zero sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. Good.
That's so cool though. Like,
yeah.
And I love how you were saying that, like, it's something that it's interesting that you said earlier, like, it's not something that I was passionate about, but like, would you say that this might not be good for your brain. Are you passionate about it now? Is it something that you've become passionate about? Like, what do you think that looks like?
Yeah. I'm passionate about, I'm proud of is a better answer of like the experience I have in this industry and the knowledge I bring. Because now, like, I get calls from people and they're asking me for input, and we're talking about creators that I grew up watching.
Right.
And other people are calling me too. They're like, hey, we want you to edit. We want your company to edit. And I tell them like, hey, like I'm slammed. Like it's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's worth the cost for us. And I'm really proud of that. Like, and passion is a crazy word for it. Just because like I truly feel like I'm only passionate about one thing, and that's my faith, 100%. Nothing else really matters to me. But the business puts food on the table.
Right.
So I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of myself. But I'm passionate about, like, when it comes to content, like, I love people who create content that like reflects Christ.
Right.
Like that I'm passionate about. Like I wish there was more content creators out there that did that. But normal day-to-day content, half the
Right.
time, like I almost feel convicted about it.
Right.
Like, because it contributes to, like I said, like, you know, brain rot. Like no one needs that in their life. And even when I was working in memes, there's like a part in the Bible where it talks about like stay away like from obscene joking. And everyone reads over that.
Right.
But I didn't. I was like, dude, I literally like make inappropriate jokes all day and I
Right.
get paid for it.
Right.
So no, I'm not passionate about it. I'm proud of it, like, or at least proud that I built this business. I'm proud that I was able to have my wife stop working.
Yeah.
And I'm proud that I have these editors that are like kids, and like one of these kids worked for me for like 8 months and made 60 grand off me last year.
Yeah.
You know, like I like that stuff, but it's not my passion.
I actually like that answer because like if you growing up, like people used to always ask me like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's funny because I always say a dad. And they're like, no, like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I wanted to be a fighter pilot, but I had to wear glasses at 10, and I cried for like 2 whole days, realizing I'd never be a fighter pilot.
That is real. Like, you can't be a fighter pilot if you have to have vision.
Not anymore, but when I was a kid growing up, now you can do like laser eye surgery and stuff like that. And I guess there's another route to get there too. That I found out about.
10, they're like, you have glasses now, and you're
It was
I can't be a fighter pilot.
Yeah, that was like my thing. And because it's good for short people too, by the way, if you didn't know that. Being a fighter pilot, being my height.
The cockpits are tiny.
I'm like I'm a prime candidate.
It's
that
Tom
bull
Cruise
riding
is so small.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, but like people, I was like, I don't know. And I heard something like when I was in my early 20s, it was actually, I loved it. The guy was like, hey, like you don't have to do what you're passionate about. Cause there's some people that are just like, there's not a space for what you're passionate about. But if you do something that maybe you're not necessarily passionate about, and it pays your bills and takes care of your family and allows you to do things that you are passionate about,
100%.
then that's just as good.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, because I like to this day, I guess it's funny now that I'm saying that. If someone goes, "What are you passionate about?" The only thing I would say that I am passionate about would be this podcast. Like I genuinely enjoy this. It's like this is so much fun for me.
Yeah.
And even then, there's times where I'm like, this sucks. Like I really don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But I don't. And maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but like passion's overrated.
Can be. Well, because if you think about, if you reframe that though, and use your passions like you kind of just said, to bridge those gaps to get to where you want to go, like there's always going to be like a double-edged sword, right? Unless you live in freaking Pleasantville, we're human, we're flawed, and we are sinful. So there's always going to be but I don't want to do that, but I have to. Like it's a means to an end. So if you can like kind of reframe then, like, dude, I'm not passionate about the coffee shops anymore. I'm not. That's just the truth. You know that.
Yeah.
I've probably told you some of that, but like I'm not passionate about it
Yeah,
anymore.
I could taste it.
But it's part.
There it is, dude.
See?
Let's go.
You wonder why I was ripping on him.
My guy, man.
He got into it himself. He said meme create. So don't feel bad
I
for
needed
him.
that. That was it.
Yeah, dude. That's how he is, and I,
like
forgot to do that.
I like how you just toss it in there
Yeah.
too.
And I haven't got to do it with him for a while.
Yeah,
so-
we're gonna keep that in.
Yeah, we don't edit anything. Dude.
No, I don't edit anything. That's perfect.
But like when you think of like passions, like I wouldn't have the one thing I'm probably the most passionate about, which is my family. I wouldn't have that without the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Right. So when you think of things through that lens of like the coffee shop is still great. I'm very happy with it. I'm proud of it. I'm blessed to have it, and I'm going to try to steward it the best way I can. But if I would sit down and actually be like, oh yeah, I'm really passionate about the coffee shop now.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, I'm not. I'm more passionate about taking this thing that we created from nothing and continuing to drive it, right? I'm passionate about that.
Yeah.
But like the coolest furniture or the coolest new cups or the freaking sleeves or no sleeves, I don't freaking care.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely don't. Like, you know?
Well, I think I like, and this is probably gonna get me in trouble, especially if Caitlin hears this. I like what you said though. You're like, you're saying aspects about your business that bring you we don't even have to say passion, but like enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think too many people get caught up in passion, and even in marriages, they're like, you know, there's gonna come a season where your marriage, you're not like super passionate anymore. Like the honeymoon phase does wear off, but it's replaced with something different.
Yeah.
It's like it's a love, but it's a different kind of love.
Yeah.
You know, like there comes a point where you're two old people like wearing diapers, sagging everywhere. Like that's not like that initial like, hey, you're a smoke show. You
I'm
know,
already
like
sagging.
you know, yeah, or like Ben, you know, constantly having issues.
True.
But like the passion dies, but it's replaced by something I think greater than passion.
Well, there's depth.
There's depth to it. So it's like you have to find, but that's also like you see people get divorced all the time because they're like, oh, we fell out of love with you. I'm like, no, that's not, I mean, yeah, but it's not a thing. Like you have to work at it. It's not just going to come naturally.
Yeah. Also, like with passions too, I mean, depending where you place them, I feel like they're always going to be fleeting. And like suffering is something you are called to experience as a Christian. And like, so like things are going to change and they're going to be hard, but that's not a bad thing either. Like you will learn through those things. And like you're meant to learn. Like your life isn't always going to be about passion. Like, so I have a tough time showing emotion anyway. So like even like using the word passion is like, I don't know if I've ever felt passion. Like, but I don't always think, you know, like if it's not all like, you know, roses or whatever, that's not a bad thing either. Like there's something there that God's trying to teach you. So I'm not a big passion guy, but yeah, like I said, like being able to use where I'm at now to do the things I am passionate about. And like, I failed to mention my kids and my wife, but that, you know, I get to spend a ton of time with them. And yeah, it's just interesting how life works.
I like what you just said too. Like the tough times don't necessarily mean, like the tough times are going to happen, you know? And it was, I heard a great, someone was talking about it the other day, but they're like, you know, like when God wanted to make David a king, he sent Goliath. Like when he wanted to make Moses a leader, he sent the desert. When he wanted to save Nineveh, he sent Jonah to a whale. Like it's not, those hard times aren't necessarily because you did something wrong or that you're being punished by God or that, you know, it's part of it is life, and part of it is that he's actually using those times to forge you into the person that you need to be to reach that next area.
100%.
And I mean, that's in business, that's in personal life, that's in everywhere. And so to get caught up on like, I'm gonna feel happy-go-lucky about everything all the time is just naive, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, if you are somebody though that has found a passion in what you do, that's rad.
100%.
Like we're not knocking that, so don't twist that. But like,
no, not at all.
You know, like another coffee. I said it this morning to somebody. I wasn't passionate about the coffee shop when we started it either, and I happened to fall in love with the industry. I thought it was really rad, but going from the Marine Corps to hearts in a cup, like no, dude, like right, like it wasn't something that I was passionate about it, and I started to work. It's serious, but I started to work in it because we had to, right? Like when I tell people, dude, one of my favorite things is when I hear when people get to ask me questions about the coffee shops, and I engage on a different level, and I tell them, hey man, like it wasn't always like roses and, you know, butterflies and rainbows and happiness. I was like, bro, there was days we did $20 in sales. And when I see their expressions, it's like it makes me so happy. Like we were saying earlier, like that silent flex of like, yeah, bro, it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Like $20.
You know what's funny too is that you got into coffee back when it wasn't like a cool, there's no good way to say, a cool masculine thing.
Yeah,
like, you know, like now,
cool
like people are like coffee, they're like, yeah, Black Rifle, but it wasn't that back in the day. It was like Starbucks, you know? Like,
it wasn't a cool thing. I mean, you know, the big dog companies they were big, which is weird to think, dude. They were probably our size that we are now, but back then.
Yeah.
Right? And now obviously they're just gigantics, but like it wasn't something I was instantly like, oh my gosh, yes, I get to open a coffee shop in San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro. Like it wasn't, I had to grow into it. And then I loved it. And I loved it for a long time. And I still love like coffee shops in the industry, but my passion for it's gone. I think when people hear that, sometimes they're like, well, you know, you can't do something you're not passionate about, right? We were talking about passion, and it's not that I'm not passionate about it. It is no longer this emotional tie to every decision I make. Now it's more of an educated, how does this affect my business, good or bad? Like the heartbeat behind my choices are no longer my own personal emotions. It's now using my brain that God has given me to get the business to where it needs to go. The passion's changed, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but do you think you can actually stay passionate about anything other than, like for me, like faith, anything at all, stay passionate forever? Like,
No.
is that, I don't, yeah.
I don't think so.
I think you could be passionate about being passionate, which sounds stupid, but it's not when you break it down to, I was passionate about the coffee shops. Then I was passionate about hockey. I was passionate about jiu-jitsu, passionate about guns, passionate about whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think you can be passionate and be a passionable person when you're looking for it in different places.
Yeah.
Some people will say addictive personality, right?
Yeah, we certainly use the word passion. Like, you don't think about it as a temporary thing. No one ever says, like, my current passion is, like, or maybe they do, at least not in my circles. But, like, generally you hear about someone's passion and you're like, oh, they're going to be doing that for the rest of their life. Like, that's their passion.
I use it in that way that you said that you don't. Like, I tell
do.
people all the
I
time,
use it
like,
temporary.
jiu-jitsu, the embrace
Yeah.
is like my passion project,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
what's also cool that I heard both of you guys say separately is that you both did things that necessarily you weren't passionate about, but you found things along the line that you were passionate about and now are bringing them in. Like for you, it's like bringing that meme side of things that you actually really loved
Yeah.
into what you do now. And for you, what I've noticed is that you took something that was the coffee shop that led you to like designing things, which you're like, every time I watch you design stuff, I can
like
tell
to
you
design
love
things?
it. Yeah,
Really?
dude, he's so good
Or like
at
build,
it.
I like building.
Build, like when he picks paint for the shops and like how it's gonna lay out, or when you're even like looking at designs and logos for T-shirts and merchandise and all these different things, like the creative side of you, I notice that like it brings you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, like when we're doing those things, and it's cool to watch, and it's like, well, the whole reason you got that side of things was a lot of it was from the coffee shop.
100%.
Like you said, you went and took those design classes in college.
You didn't know that? I took interior design classes.
Yeah, he took interior design classes in college, and I was like thinking about, I was like, a Marine coming out taking interior design classes, but it's all because now you use it. You're like, well, yeah, I thought I'd use it in the coffee shops, and you do.
Yeah.
But now you do it with your house, and you do it with
I get
brands
to do it
that
with
we
other
create.
people now. Yeah.
Yeah, brands that we create when you're consulting for other people, and I can tell to you it brings a lot of joy.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
fun. It's like, I enjoy the funness too, because I don't consider myself a creative
you are. It's
you
just
are,
different.
yeah.
in a different way. Like I like to just help people to be able to build, and
Yeah.
design happens to be a component of that, or merch, or like picking a shirt that's going to fit universal body types versus one person, or the coloring on our hats.
Like you
or-
can't draw, but you said like someone send him a drawing and he'll be like, no, this needs to be here, that there, move this, the half centimeter, and then he'll send it back and he'll be like, oh, that's it, that's perfect, that's exactly what I want. And
I
it's
relate
like
to that.
that's cool.
Yeah, and the passions shifted, right? Like now I get to help other people do that, but like you said, I wouldn't have that, and you wouldn't have the ability to decide what work you want to pursue into if you didn't keep it going.
Right.
So your passion was building something. Just like with you, dude, you've gone through I was telling Tyler a little bit ago, like how much stuff you've gone through in the last few years. Like, and
Oh, that I'm
I've said it,
schizophrenic.
and I've said it numerous times to you, but you have a unique gift in being able to just not let whatever the circumstance you're going through, it doesn't get you. Like versus a lot of people, it's like, dude, it would get me, it would get you, right? Like certain like seasons of life where I'm always like the wilderness or all these things that we refer to. It's like, dude, like what the heck? Like why? Or how do I get out? Jordan's always just like, well, I mean, this sucks right now, but it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like that's a gift. And again, like it, to me, every one of those circumstances, every story that we've had shared in this room, each person has had some form of if you want to call it a passion, a lack thereof, a hobby, a life-altering moment, whatever it is, there's been something significant that has shaped them to where they're at, right? And that's why we're doing what we're doing, is to be able to kind of break that barrier of, no, you can't talk about it. Or, no, you had it all figured out when you moved to North Carolina, like, or South Carolina, wherever you moved, Charlotte, North Carolina. You're like, you had it figured out. You were going to open a coffee shop. You had a skate shop, all these things. You had it figured out. Well, no, you didn't. You thought you did.
Yeah.
You know, Hidden House. I didn't think we were going to go through half the crap that I've gone through. Genuinely. No clue. But you figure it out. Yeah. You didn't think you were going to go through all the stuff that you're going through. And now you have 2 full-time jobs and this, but you're figuring it out. Right? Like, that's the thing that Jordan and I really want to be able to help continue to like nurture and foster through conversations like this, is someone that's listening. They're gonna be like, oh, dude, these guys always talk about how they have all these things, or not things, how they've gotten to these places or these connections that have opened. Like, it must be nice. And it's like, well, no, it might. Yeah, it's nice now, but you didn't see the freaking last, for me personally, 16 years of my freaking journey, you know, your last several years of adulthood, your adulthood. Like, they don't see that. They just see, oh, noise and motion. Dang, dude, he's sitting there talking about how he's making money and doing all these things. Well, bro, you don't see the grind. And I think what happens too is we don't talk about it a lot because it's seen as soft, or it's not cool. Or you said it, it's like it's not sexy when you're talking about the struggle.
Yeah.
But to me, the struggle is the cool.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, like you and I met like an hour ago, and then immediately you started telling me a bunch of stuff that's going on, and I was just like, because you opened up and shared that right away, I was like, dude, I like this guy. I can trust this guy. And now I'm kicking myself that we hadn't met a week earlier because I needed a videographer in Charlotte, and I could have hit you up.
Were you in Charlotte?
No, we have a team headed to Charlotte in like a couple days, and I literally just booked a flight from somebody from Dallas.
Tell them their tickets,
dude.
I wouldn't even do it. I would honestly, I would give you a price. I would hire out someone else and keep the remaining money.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, but you should. It's not my money. Let's get it. I'm sorry, Ryan.
I'd come say hi though. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like that's I think you sharing even like what we did at the coffee shop. I was like, bro, that's awesome. Like I respect that a lot.
Going down that road, actually, how would you say, for you specifically?
Yeah.
You obviously just said you're not passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
So how do you keep yourself locked in to a job, a business, with your clients, everything you're going through, when you yourself are not passionate about it? Like, what's some ways that you have been able to accomplish that for yourself? Because I guarantee you there's someone listening that hates what they do, but they got to do it.
Yeah.
So what's some advice you could give that person?
That's so funny, man. Because like, it just depends. Like, I'm passionate about what I'm able to do because of what I'm doing, and like, this is what we've been saying. Like I'm able to help people a lot more. I'm able to be more giving. I'm able to be with my family a lot more. So I don't hate what I do at all. Like I'm good at what I do. I enjoy what I do. I'm just like the word passion is just not the right word for it. Honestly, if you hate what you do, if I hated what I did, I wouldn't do it. I'd leave. I don't think I would fight through it. I would find something else, because like, unless I felt like I was really called to be there for whatever reason, because like I said, I do believe in suffering, and like essentially there is no suffering for those who follow Christ, because suffering is a gift and you're meant to learn through it. But like, if every day I woke up and I hated my life, I'd fix it, you know? So I really don't have advice for someone besides like quit.
Yeah.
That is the advice.
That is advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's too many people that are like,
life's too short.
I hate what I'm doing. I tell people that all the time. Like, people tell me, they're like, I hate what I'm doing. I'm like, why do you do it? Because I have to. It's like, do you though?
Yeah.
Like, is someone holding a gun to your head?
Right.
It's like, I don't know, dude. Figure it out. Like, and maybe that's the naivety that I have from just going through like different life stages, that, you know, I've hit the lowest of lows so many times, and I'm just like, yep, whatever, I'll figure it out. But like, and I guess maybe some people don't have that, but I'm like, why would you continue wasting the one gift that you have, being life? You know, you can't get more time back. Like, why would you
Yeah.
because it's comfortable.
Well, I mean, is it though? Because like if you're in a place, like let's say I'm an accountant, I would hate that job. But if I had the like ability to keep my wife at home, give my family a good life, you know, still be giving, I might not hate it. So I'm thinking if someone wakes up every day and hates their life, they're not able to pursue the other passions, that the things they are passionate about. So there's something more than just the job that they hate.
Yeah.
There's other things that they want to be doing. So I think people are willing to suck it up if they're able to do the things that they want to do, like because of this job that they hate, you know? So if you hate your job, and hate what you're doing, then it must mean you're not doing the things that you really want to be doing. Like it's not, that job isn't helping you do the other things you really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Because I would suck it up, like if I was like, yeah, but you know, my wife stays home, my kids are fed, like, I get to do all these other things. I don't know. I don't see myself, or I think hating a job goes deeper than just like the job. Like,
I mean,
if that makes any sense.
You did bartending for a while too, like you were saying. You're like,
Yeah.
and there are those seasons where you're doing something that you need to do to pay the bills that you just don't want to be doing, knowing that you're looking or working towards something else. You know, like I've been in those situations before where you're just there and you're like, right, why am I here? I don't want to be here. But it's like, okay, I know that I'm going to make some sort of movement in the near future. I just don't know what that step is yet.
Yeah. That's what, I guess that would be a better way to reframe it too, is like you're using things as stepping stones that sometimes you don't want to be standing on for too long.
Yeah. It's tough, dude. I mean, something might happen, but nothing might happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy. Well, I don't know. Like, it's funny too, because you're talking about like what they don't see is the grind that got us here. Bro, I didn't grind. Like,
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I don't relate to that. Like,
That's not true. I would disagree. Unless, I mean, I didn't know you personally.
Yeah.
But you said a few things that would make me completely disagree with that. You did things like you figured out how to edit on YouTube. You figured out how to work a camera on YouTube. You found mentors in your area and you really went, hey, can I follow you around?
yeah.
That's people get grind wrong. They get grind as like 24 hours a day. I'm going to get up and just keep working and all this kind of stuff. But grind is like, there is a physical component to it, but there's also a mental component too, where it's like, no one's making a door for me. So I'm going to make a door for myself and I'm going to kind of go and figure it out. So
I'd actually agree with you. I think you are right.
I think you did grind. It just might not have felt like grinding at the time.
No, it didn't. I was enjoying it. Like, bro, I used to, back when you could slide into anyone's DMs, I did that 24/7.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
grind.
form of grind.
I used to shoot concerts like free. Like I got because I was
That's
just a hit of
grinding.
artists. But it was dope. Like
Yeah,
Well,
but it
grinding doesn't always have to suck. It can also
Yeah.
be fun. You
Like,
know, like
that's a good point.
I would say we've been grinding on this pod,
yeah.
but we've both been having fun. There's moments where we're like, gosh dang it, dude.
Yeah.
It's just another thing.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be putting our time into sitting in this room with you right now if we weren't having fun. But it's a
Right.
form of a grind, right? Like I
Sure.
can't help Jordan. Jordan does all the editing and downloading and uploading, which I feel guilty about sometimes. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm like, no, I don't, because it's one less thing I have to do, and that's why I have a partner. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, but
you're the money bags.
that's,
So-
you know, when you're the sugar daddy, you don't have to
Sugar
do
daddy.
anything.
That's funny.
I gotta earn my keep around here.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it just really didn't feel tough. Like I didn't really face like I mean, I guess the adversity was the time it took to build it to where it is now.
Yeah. But dude, a lot of
yeah.
people wouldn't do that. If they don't get what they're wanting to get within, I'm just going to put a timestamp on it, 3 months from when you started, they're going to be on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I mean, think about post-COVID era TikTokers, bread, freaking canning, peaches,
Yeah.
whatever. You see all these people bouncing from thing to thing to thing to thing, and then they wonder why they're not good at any of it. Well, dude, you did it for like 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
unless you're some genius, how are you going to get good at anything on the level you want to get good at in 2 months? Like, it's
Right.
just, it's not possible. Like, it's impossible unless, again, you're a freak, right? Like, it's impossible. So grind is,
That's
like
fair.
Jordan said, it's misused.
Yeah, it is.
Like, my grind might have been different because it was a physical brick and mortar location. That's also, YouTube was barely alive back then.
Yeah.
So there wasn't anyone And again, it would also be different because there was no one that can physically go unlock the door for me. Like, so it just happened to be that my grind was physical.
Yeah.
Now, like all the things that I've been working on, like with you and stuff too, is like, it's not physical. It's all through my knowledge and the ability to sit down and put it in paper and then develop it and create these things. Like that's a different version, but like it's still a quote unquote grind, you know, it's just not physical.
Dude, I used to lie to people so much. Like, I would be like, yeah, I'm such a good photographer. I'd slide in their DMs. I'd, you know, send like the one good photo I had from a show in the past. But I would always be like, it's free, bro. I'm just trying to build out my portfolio, you know? And then I'd go shoot stuff and I'd be like, I did so bad. And just, I would just not talk to the artist and be like, no, I got nothing, and just bounce. I did that a lot. And it got me into a lot of things. Like, I just think it's so funny looking back. Like, it's like cringe looking back on it, but yeah, it was a funny time.
That was a form of a hustle, man.
It got me my experience though, that's for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I was able to shoot. You guys remember Swayze?
Yeah.
Like Corona and Lime. Yeah, I got to shoot him, shoot Oliver Tree, like some cool country artists. All because I just was like, yeah, I'm actually a good photographer. Bring me out. Just lied.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. But yeah, I guess I did grind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, I like that. It just, sometimes it takes like that like you and I do it to each other all the time here, but it takes sometimes when you're talking, it takes someone else to shine a little bit of perspective light on what you're going through. And you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I didn't think of it that way. You know, like what he just said to me, it's like, I wouldn't think that about myself, that I have that kind of good attitude, but I also know what's going on inside of my brain that maybe I just don't say out loud all the time. So it's like, you know, it's those, like, to me, I would say I'm never cool, calm, and collected, but maybe I joke around, I'm like, you know, think like a duck, you know, be cool and calm on the surface and underneath be paddling like hell, you know, like, so, but yeah. I'm going to we're running. I gotta get going.
Yeah.
I hate to do this, but like shameless plug time. If people are trying to find you or your company, where would they do that? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Oh man, hit me up on Instagram, really okay dad, or Instagram Noise in Motion Co.
Okay.
But I don't do a ton of marketing, so like that's really all we got. Is just a couple IG pages. Yeah.
I don't do a ton of marketing.
Appreciate you, dude.
What a big dog. Brought a big dog in.
Him?
Yeah,
He doesn't.
I don't have to do any marketing. People just flock to me. No, just kidding.
It's not even like that. I wish I did
No,
marketing.
I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just messing with you. As always, guys, I will link everything down below, but be a good dude.